Did you know that the average house cat spends about 4 hours a day exploring secret places in your home that you don't even know exist? Today we'll take a fascinating tour of the most secret cat hideouts and reveal the mysteries of their behavior. Before we begin our journey through mysterious cat hiding spots, write in the comments where your fluffy friend likes to hide the most and how you discovered them for the first time. Perhaps your story will surprise even the most experienced cat owners. In the meantime, let's figure out why understanding cat hideouts is so important for every owner. Knowing your pet's favorite places isn't just a curious fact. It can save you nerves when your cat suddenly disappears, and in some cases, even save its life if you need to evacuate your home urgently or take your pet to the veterinarian. So let's begin our journey into the secret cat world. The first place on our list is the space under the bed. It might seem trivial, but don't jump to conclusions. Cats transform this space into a real strategic base. It's dark, quiet, and most importantly, they have a perfect view of the entire room from there. Your cat can spend hours observing everything while remaining invisible. And did you know that many cats create real treasure troves under the bed? They can drag toys, socks, and even small items that you've long considered lost. One of my acquaintances, while rearranging furniture, discovered a real cat treasure under the bed: 16 toy mice, 3 tennis balls, several pencils, and even a ring that had been missing for months. So if small things are disappearing in your home, perhaps you should look under the bed. The next secret place is closets and wardrobes. Cats love climbing onto the upper shelves of closets, especially if there's soft clothing there. But what's really interesting, they often choose the clothes that smell most strongly of you. Research shows that cats who miss their owners prefer to lie on items with their scent. This is a unique form of emotional connection. What's amazing is that cats can learn to open closet doors. They observe how you do it, and over time, many furry tricksters master this skill. If you suddenly find a closet door ajar, although you definitely remember closing it, don't rush to believe in paranormal phenomena. Most likely, you just have a very smart cat. The third place where cats love to hide is boxes and bags. But there's an interesting nuance here. According to a study conducted at Utrecht University, cats prefer boxes of a certain size, ones where they can fit completely, but the walls slightly touch their body. This creates a feeling of protection and security. Fun fact, in the same study, scientists discovered that cats often choose even squares drawn on the floor. If you outline a square on the floor with tape, many cats will strive to sit inside it. Try this experiment with your pet. The results might surprise you. Have you ever noticed that your cat disappears at the most inconvenient moment, for example, when you need to go to the vet? Most likely it's hiding in one of the following places: behind household appliances. The space behind the refrigerator, washing machine, or television is a real cat paradise. It's warm, appliances emit heat, dark, and very difficult to extract a pet that's resisting with all 4 paws. Appliances that work with slight vibration are especially attractive to cats. For example, the refrigerator. This vibration has a calming effect on cats, reminding them of purring. Additionally, many cats like to watch the moving shadows on the wall created by working appliances. This activates their hunting instinct. The fifth place on our list is the bathroom. Yes, many cats are literally obsessed with bathrooms. They can spend hours sitting in the sink, hiding behind the toilet, or climbing into an empty bathtub. Why? First, ceramic surfaces are cool, which is especially pleasant in hot weather. Second, the sounds of dripping water fascinate cats. Third, bathrooms usually have good acoustics, and cats are very sensitive to sounds. Interestingly, many cats choose the bathroom as a refuge during stress. For example, when there are guests in the house or renovations. Psychologists explain this by the fact that the bathroom is usually the smallest room in the house, with minimal furniture and maximum shelter, the perfect place to wait out danger. Now let's talk about truly unexpected places. Sixth on our list, ceiling spaces and the tops of cabinets. Cats are natural climbers, and height for them is synonymous with safety. In the wild, their ancestors climbed trees to avoid danger and observe their territory. This habit has persisted in domestic cats. Surprisingly, many cats can jump onto surfaces located at a height 5 times the length of their body. So don't be surprised to find your pet on top of a bookshelf or even on a curtain rod. For them, this isn't a feat, but a normal thing. The 7th place is inside soft furniture. Many cats find ways to get inside sofas, armchairs, and poofs. They gnaw a small hole in the upholstery, usually on the bottom, invisible side, and create a real nest there. Inside soft furniture, it's dark, warm, and quiet. Ideal conditions for a cat hideout. A veterinarian I know told a story about how someone brought in a sofa for reupholstering, and inside they found a cat with kittens. The owners didn't even suspect that their pet was pregnant, and she found the perfect place to give birth. So if your cat suddenly shows increased interest in an old armchair, perhaps she's planning to create her secret lair there. The 8th place is flower pots and plant containers. Cats love digging in soil and hiding among plants. This activates their hunting instinct and reminds them of their wild ancestors who camouflage themselves in grass while stalking prey. Additionally, many houseplants create pleasant shade and coolness, which is especially valuable on hot days. However, there's an important point here. Some plants are toxic to cats. Lilies, azaleas, oleander, Dieffenbachia, and many others can cause serious poisoning. Therefore, if your pet loves to explore flower pots, be sure to check whether your plants are safe for cats. The 9th place is nightstands and dressers with drawers. Many cats have learned to open drawers or get into them through small gaps in the back. Inside a drawer, a cat feels completely safe. Enclosed space, soft clothes, and no one will disturb them. Fun fact, some cats are so clever that they've learned to close the drawer behind them, leaving just a small gap for air. Imagine how you might search for your cat throughout the house, while all this time it's sleeping in a drawer with your t-shirts. And finally, the 10th place, the space behind pictures and mirrors. This is perhaps the most unusual of cat hideouts. If you have large pictures or mirrors that don't fit tightly against the wall, a cat might discover this space and use it as a shelter. This happens especially often in old houses with uneven walls. An acquaintance of mine told me how she searched for her cat for several hours and then accidentally noticed the tip of a tail sticking out from behind a large wall mirror. The cat had somehow made its way into the narrow space between the mirror and the wall and was perfectly comfortable there. But why do cats love to hide so much? Let's understand the psychology of this behavior. First, it's a safety instinct. The wild ancestors of domestic cats were not only hunters, but also prey for larger predators. The ability to find reliable shelter was a matter of survival. This instinct has persisted in modern domestic cats, even if they face no threats. Second, cats are territorial animals. Having several secret places throughout the house, a cat feels that it controls its territory. This gives it a sense of stability and confidence. Third, hideouts help cats cope with stress. When a cat is frightened or anxious, the first thing it does is look for a safe place. This can be related to loud noises, unfamiliar people, or even furniture rearrangement. Interestingly, each cat usually has a hierarchy of hideouts. There are places for regular rest, places for observing what's happening, and emergency shelters used only in cases of severe stress. By observing your pet, you can determine which place serves which function. Now let's talk about the practical side of the question. How to find a cat if it's hidden. The first advice, don't panic. In 99% of cases, the cat is somewhere in the house, just in a place you haven't thought of. Start searching in its favorite hideouts, and then methodically check all the potential places we've discussed. The second advice, use sound lures. Most cats respond to the sound of opening food or the rustling of a treat bag. Even the most secretive cat might give itself away upon hearing sounds associated with food. The third advice, search in the dark with a flashlight. A cat's eyes reflect light, and this can help detect your pet in a dark hiding place. Just shine a flashlight into potential places. If there's a cat there, you'll see the characteristic glow of its eyes. And finally, prevention is the best way not to lose your cat. Regularly check potentially dangerous places where a cat might climb and get stuck. For example, ventilation holes, spaces behind appliances, or inside hollow furniture. Here's another interesting fact. Cats often change their favorite hideouts depending on the season. In summer, they prefer cool places, ceramic sinks, tiled floors, shady corners. In winter, conversely, they seek warm shelters, near radiators, on sunny windowsills, or next to working appliances. Also, cats may choose different hideouts depending on their emotional state. When a cat feels confident and relaxed, it might choose open, easily visible places. When anxious, it seeks maximally enclosed and protected shelters. Summing up our journey through secret cat places, I want to emphasize the main point. Understanding where and why your cat hides helps to better understand its needs and character. Respect your pet's personal space, provide it with enough safe hideouts, and your cat will feel protected and happy. Now, I really want to know about your observations. In what unusual places have you found your cats? Perhaps your pet has found a hideout that we haven't even mentioned. Share your stories in the comments. If the video was helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. There's much more interesting content about our furry friends ahead. Click the bell so you don't miss the next video, where we'll reveal another fascinating secret from the world of cats. And remember, sometimes the most important thing in a relationship with a cat is not to look for it when it wants to be alone, and always be there when it needs your company.